Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our presentation today. My name is Stephanie Manieri. I'm the Director of Programs at Latino Service Providers. And today we have a few presenters today from our Youth Promotor Internship Program. We have Rosaura, Esmeralda, and Suzette, who will be introducing themselves shortly. Just a little bit about the Youth Promotor position that these youth are in. It is a paid internship program for students within the ages of 16 to 25 in Sonoma County. And they are trained as community health workers to provide information around mental health, emergency preparedness, climate action, and housing policy. And today we're going to be talking about why Latinos don't talk about mental health. So with that, I am going to pass it on to our first youth who will introduce herself, Rosaura. Rosaura, I think you're on mute.
Sorry about that. So my name is Rosaura. I am currently attending the Santa Rosa Junior College. My interested major is psychology. And the little fun fact about me is that I'm an animal lover, but most specifically, I love cats, everything about cats. He's actually sleeping over there. I don't know if you guys can see him. So yeah, and I'll pass it on to my compañera Suzette.
Hi, I'm Suzette, and I'm currently attending Windsor High School. My interested major is nursing, and a fun fact is I'm the oldest out of 4 children. And I'm gonna pass it on to my colleague Esmeralda.
Hi guys, my name is Esmeralda. I go to Pioneer High School. Interest major, I'm actually interested in the medical field, maybe as a nurse. A fun fact about me, I take AP and honor classes, but I have no idea how passing these classes. I barely understand anything, but yeah. Today I'm going to talk about a grounding exercise. This exercise is very important because it reduces stress, decreases muscle tensions, increases pain tolerances, and it also brings more self-awareness to your mind and for your present moment that you're in and I also really enjoy it because it's like very important for our mind to come at more at ease, where our mind is always thinking of what we have to do now, what we have to do later on. And with this exercise, it eases our mind to appreciate our present moment that we have right now. For this exercise, you're going to give your body a scan from your head to your toe to see how everything is reacting with this exercise. And it's totally normal for our mind to wander off and to think about other things. But to bring back your awareness, I would encourage you to focus back on your breathing. So let's get started. The first step for this is to slowly exhale, sitting in a comfortable position you are in. So you can be sitting, standing, laying down. Encourage to close your eyes. So we're going to slowly exhale, and then all the oxygen that you have in your lungs. The second step is to slowly inhale, but do it slowly. There's no race to this. Deeply through your nose on a count of 4. And then you're going to step 3. So, okay, we're going to run for 4 seconds. Okay, This is the exercise, and you guys can, I encourage you to do as many time as you want, any time of the day, wherever you feel like it, because it's very helpful when you are very stressed or you have a lot of overloading yourself with so much in your life. I really think this could help you, and it could also make your mind more focused on the work that you're really wanting to work on, and you want to like get it done, but you're like, how can I do this? I have so much. Da, da, da. But like with this exercise, it can like bring your mind more at ease. Like I can do this. Yeah, and then you'll work faster. Now I'm gonna pass it on to Rosa. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name.
It's okay. Okay, so I know we're kind of short on audience, but I wanted to open this conversation by just asking all of you, why isn't mental health talked about specifically in the Latinx community? So if any of you guys can come up with anything, you could just either unmute yourself or put it in the chat. Yes. So it's on the chat. Definitely a lot of stigma. You're crazy if you talk about mental health. Yes, definitely. Perceived as weakness. Yes, definitely. Yeah, all really good examples. I've heard a lot of them definitely from my family as well. Since I was I was like the first one to kind of bring up this topic around my family. So I definitely see that. So yeah, definitely. Okay, so now that we talked about why we don't talk about it enough, what even is mental health? So mental health can include your emotional, sorry, psychological and social well-being. It can affect how we think, how we feel and act. It can also determine how we handle stress or relate to others and make choices. So when one is suffering from a mental illness, that can definitely depict how we feel or how we act. So it interrupts our mental state overall. And it affects how you communicate with others or, just in general. So sometimes you feel out of place or like not yourself. So yeah. And now I will pass it on to Suzette to talk about why mental health isn't talked about in the Latinx community.
So there are several factors that contribute to why mental health isn't talked about in the community, and don't just think like these are the only factors, there are more. And the first one is cultural stigma. So in the Latino community, we are assigned certain roles, such as like the woman is supposed to clean, and then the male is supposed to like act tough or just bring money to the household. And these certain roles, you often really don't know the signs of mental health or know where to seek treatment. And for example, for a male, if they're like struggling through mental health, they may not want to seek treatment as they may be called locals, or they don't want to bring shame to the family or even the community due to how they're perceived as. And then next is the access to healthcare. So many undocumented people fear that they're going to be reported if they go register for healthcare. Another factor is the lack of representation in the Latino community. So in the medical field, as you may see, like it is predominantly white, and there are not many Latinos in the community to stop the culture and language gap within these, and there's like not enough communication. And then lastly is our beliefs. So as Latinos, we are taught to be strong and resilient, but sometimes it is okay to break down, and it's okay like once in a while. It's part of being human, and we just need to go seek that help that we need. And then so now I'm gonna pass it on to Rosaura, who's gonna
Right,
talk about why it's important to talk about mental health.
right. Thank you. So only by talking about mental health can we make it a part of our Latinx language and others, and thus interrogate into our culture. Um, I know, like, it's easier not to talk about it and just kind of deal with it on your own, but I feel like that does more harm than good. And helping people find the resources they need can help save lives. So, you know, only 20% of Latinos who experience symptoms of a psychological disorder talk to a doctor about their symptoms, and those are real numbers that need to drastically change. So I think this is why it's very important to talk about it, even if it makes you uncomfortable. In the end, you're gonna help yourself a lot more. So now I'm gonna pass it back on to Esmeralda to talk about imposter syndrome.
I think that's Susette's.
Yeah, that's
Oh, sorry.
So, what is imposter syndrome? The imposter syndrome is like doubting your abilities and feeling that you don't belong in a place. For example, I know Windsor High School is like mostly predominantly white, and I am taking AP courses, and like taking those courses, I look around me and there's like predominantly white people around me, and I feel sometimes I just don't belong in there. Like in the discussions, I feel like I'm not smart enough to be in there, but I know that I am and I can do it. And how does imposter syndrome affect your mental health? Well, it affects it as it can lead to mental conditions such as anxiety or depression. And if you don't don't believe that you're the only one, if you do like struggle through the imposter syndrome, every around 70% of the people do experience it, and it happens to many of us, so you're not alone. And then I'm gonna pass it back to Rosara.
Okay, thank you. So like many of my compañeros have already mentioned, and like myself, there's a lot of stigma around talking about mental health, specifically to Latinx community. And it starts with you. So offering your support to others during their struggle and their recovery is very important. And there's many things as listed here that one can do to help others and ourselves surrounding this issue. So yeah, so now I'll pass it on to Esmeralda.
What is self care? Self care is something that you enjoy doing, that brings your mind more at ease, more helps you be more with one of yourself. I think that's how you say it, with one of yourself. It's also takes care of your mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical health. Some things like you can physically can go exercise is something you love, like leg workouts, arm workouts, getting enough sleeps, drinking enough water. Mentally, you can challenge yourself, but don't over challenge yourself that you are over here like stressing about it. That's not the point of self care. Self care is supposed to make you be more comfortable for yourself and you're in your zone. Social is to talking to a good friend. Could be, or no, you don't even have to talk to your friend. You can talk to your pet dog if you like. Social, spiritual. It could be in the nature if you like being in the nature, like going on a hike, enjoying the trees around you, especially during fall. I love fall. I love seeing the different colors. Being able to like have my pumpkin spice latte in the cold in the morning, being able to see this beautiful leaves falling, especially with you being with your friends, or you can be journaling at the moment when you're drinking your pumpkin spice, and you're just like appreciating the moment you have. But yeah, those are some activities I like doing. There's like, it's very different for everyone. People just like going in the room, locking the door, listening to music. Up to you. Do going crazy dancing. I don't know. Whatever you like to do. It's very up to you, like what makes you feel comfortable and safe in your own little zone. It's for you to be able to take care of yourself, because you can't take care of anyone else unless you take care of your own self. Okay, now we're gonna do a self-care activity. This activity is, you can choose like it's gonna be a Jamboard. If I think I can add it to the chat. Let me see if I can get it. Okay, just added the chat. Let me know if you guys can get on. Okay. For this activity, you can write down what are some self-care do you like to do. Like, I have some bullet points on there, as you can see, but you can write down anything you like anything you like. But these are just some I like to do. But before we start with the activity, I'd like to do a side note. Why is self-care important? Self-care is important because we all experience stress and challenges every day in our life, and we're the only ones that actually know our challenges, our own stress. Nobody knows what we're going through. It's on our own obstacle, and it's very important we know how to handle these challenges, because it really can affect our physical and mental well-being. So practicing self-care is a way to take a break and to refresh and recharge your own mindset and your physically too. As an example, how full is your gas tank? Are you low? Are you halfway? Are you full? Do you need to give yourself some more attention? What kind of gas do you need, supreme or regular? What I mean by this example is, how mentally tired are you? How physically tired are you? Should you actually take a break from the real world and go into your little bubble and take care of yourself as much as you can? Or is it just like, oh, I'm a little stressed, I need to take a little 10-20 minute break? What can I do that's gonna make my mind more at ease and more focused on the work I need to get done? It's really up to you. So we can go on the Jamboard right now, and you guys can add whatever you like. Yes, spending time alone is very important. You don't want any noise bothering you. Yes, praying and meditation. Oh my gosh, yes, those are great to do. I love meditating. To yoga especially, at a class. Very helpful and stressful with my AP during the pandemic. It was very a lot. Watching movies, I love watching TV shows and all that kind of stuff. Oh my god, a massage? Yes. I tell my sister, come over and give me a massage. I'm cooking with the family. That's nice. Oh my god, I have a nephew too. I love seeing him. But yeah, you guys can keep going if you like, but I'm gonna pass it on to now. Is it?
Okay, so I don't know if some of you may understand this, but this is like the Latino community on the students or the teenagers on the left hand side, like 16-year-old me explaining that mental health is a thing, and then on the right side it's like my Latina mom like not knowing what it is or looking at me like, are you crazy? And then so there is a survey at that Magali or either Stephanie are gonna put in the chat, and then if you could please fill it out, it'll really give us a lot of feedback. And this is the end of our presentation. Thank you for listening and staying for it. Hopefully this was helpful, and now hopefully you guys have like a better understanding of what mental health is and the factors contributing to it. Thank you.